Hey guys, I'm Clifford Adams. This is the world according to the Great One, and this is part 2 of Hip Hop and the Illuminati. Now, as I started off with last week, I first talked about who we accuse people of being in or being out, and I gave more about the informational side of the Illuminati and why I think it's come to my personal belief that there's no such thing as black people in the Illuminati. I also went a little bit further and described the original origins, as in the Knights Templar, and where they have changed and evolved from then to now. Today I'm going to talk more about the symbolism and what may some of the symbols be, and we'll go from there. This video is going to be shorter, so I'm going to go ahead and get right to it. Symbolism, very important when it comes to anything. Like, for example, we'll take the American flag. It's just a rag with 50 stars, 13 stripes. But it's what it symbolizes, what makes it important. You take the symbolism away from the ornament, it means nothing. So, some of the symbolism, coincidentally, of the Illuminati looks a lot like the gang hand symbols of predominantly Bloods and Crips that are here in America. Now, I know that kind of seems, you're going to probably be like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, for example, I'm going to do this right here. This is done by Bloods. For some of you, it might be okay. Sometimes it's the number 3. But a lot of the Bloods do this. But a lot of people accuse that of being the Illuminati because I've seen somebody like a Lady Gaga or like a Katy Perry or like a Miley Cyrus or, the white people who associate themselves also with hip-hop and R&B. You see them use these hand signals. Do not be confused, people. Don't be confused. I'm going to show you another symbol, and that's this one right here. The symbol of the Texas Longhorns in the state of Texas. There have been a lot of rock and rollers who have used this exact symbol. How many rock and rollers have you accused of being in the Illuminati? I think that number's about 0. So then I'm going to go ahead. This symbol was created by a University of Texas student, and I believe it's during a volleyball game back in the 1940s. This has become the symbol of the school. Coincidentally, if you turn that symbol, and if you look at it closer, this represents the city of Houston, Texas. Now you're going to wonder why somebody from Houston would do this, because this looks like the letter H. The 2 fingers, or my hand placement with the 2 middle. It's like the letter H. With some, you probably see that, some people salute. When you see rappers salute, they salute with their left and not their right hand. Because they're not the Indian military, which salutes with their right. Oh, that's Illuminati. Or because we see Baphomet in certain ways, like Rihanna overstretching her arms in a music video where she was painted silver. Or Diddy's shot caller video that he's standing behind a web, that's Baphomet. Now, let me explain who he is. He's supposed to be a god. He's supposed to be a god who is he's a form of Satan. And he has a goat head. He's a goat head with the horns. And see, again, people confuse the symbolism with what they think they know. And here's what the problem is with that little logic. People don't really worship Baphomet. Baphomet was a god. However, what also makes it interesting is the simple fact that when you look at people just accuse somebody of being a devil worshiper because of Baphomet, see, the interesting thing is you cannot solely worship the devil, because in order to solely worship the devil, you also have to believe in God. So, if all these people, like Jay-Z, Kanye West, Beyonce, Rihanna, Drake, Wayne, and I'm gonna go, the list goes on and on. If these people were all devil worshippers, they're the biggest group of devil worshippers we have ever seen. Nobody's saying anything about that shit to Tom Cruise, who created his own religion. But see, here's the most infamous symbol. The diamond. And right now I can't really do that because I'm holding my phone in my hand. But you guys know what it looks like. You've seen people who represent Rockefeller Records do that. Now people think it's coincidental because Jay-Z named his record label after the Rockefeller clan. Now see, here's where it's interesting. He named them the Black Rockefellers because in a sense he wanted to have a bunch of people who had the same mindset like the original Rockefeller family, who for generation to generation not only made a lot of money in many different ways, but they're also very influential in how people make their money today. That's what Jay-Z wanted. He wanted a black version of them. But I don't think you have to sell your soul to the devil in order to do it. While in doing this, coincidentally, he creates a symbol. The diamond, or for some people, a pyramid. Now see, here's the thing about the pyramid. Pyramids are in Egypt. Now here's the interesting thing. Last time I checked, the Egyptians were not godless. The Egyptians went from being polytheistic or believing in more than one god to being monotheistic and believing in one god. Last time I checked, neither one of them were indeed the devil. Now let me go ahead and go back to my point. While Jay-Z's throwing up the diamond, we forget that the most notorious or most famous sorority group on the planet, who is all female, also does this exact same symbol, and that's CAKA, or Kappa Kappa Alphas. The ladies in pink. I'm pretty sure none of them are part of the Illuminati. There's also another person who's famous in the mid-90s, who you guys might recognize if you were a fan of the Monday Night Wars and wrestling. It's a wrestler by the name of Diamond Dallas Page, or DDP for short. Whenever he would go to the ring, and every single time he got ready to do his finishing maneuver, what did he do? He threw up the diamond sign. But he was never part of the Illuminati, right? No. He was never accused of it, throwing up the exact same symbol Jay-Z does. But I think because Jay-Z is more influential, because he had more money, it's the reason why it happens. As I describe some of the symbolism, I think all this goes back to ignorance. See, we like to make up stories about things we don't know instead of finding out the truth. And predominantly as Americans, that's our number one problem. We're afraid of the truth. And instead of picking up a book and doing the research, we'd rather tear people down. And when it comes to a black person with money, it's quite simple. They're part of the Illuminati. Oprah's in the Illuminati. Denzel, Tyler Perry, they're in the Illuminati. President Obama's part of the Illuminati. We need to stop. Seriously. We need to fucking quit. In closing, when it comes to the Illuminati, I said this in the first video. Do I believe they exist? Absolutely. But secret societies are meant to be secret. Because if they wanted you to know who they were, then they would no longer be secret. And even if they were, are they that brazen to hide things in front of you? Sure. Because they know that we are that dumb to believe just anything we see, regardless if it's true or not. This is indeed fact. I also believe that when it comes to these rappers, I think knowing some of the symbolism, they know exactly what they're doing. Controversy sells, sex sells, violence sells. Rap has all three. That's where it stays relevant, stays entertaining. Because some of us aren't even listening to the words. We're just looking for the symbolism. In the end, people, let's not get caught up in what we see all the time. Just listen to the words. And some of us need to stop looking at these 8 and 9 minute long YouTube videos of how somebody's a part of something that they're not. Do your research. There's where you'll find your truth. This video was part 2 of Hip Hop and the Illuminati. Later on this week, I'll be talking about the United Police State of America. That will be my next episode. Make sure that you guys watch all my videos. Tell everyone. Make sure you get my views up. I am just an alternative voice to your unlogical thinking. My name is Clifford Adams Jr. This show is The World According to the Great One. And live from the presence of greatness. 4 corners, 1 world. God bless. You guys have a great evening.